Hello, potato. So, like possibly a lot of you, I am on a shelter-in-place order from my state. And the word came through yesterday, like randomly in the afternoon, to leave. We were released from work, and so now I am on quarantine potentially up until the beginning of next month. And I thought, well, if I'm going to have this extra time, I should try to produce some content. I've seen actually other YouTubers doing the exact same thing. Try to put a little extra content out there during our kind of group enforced confinement. And, I thought I would do the same because I have lots of little things around I could just talk about for a few minutes, I suppose. I mean, I don't expect these to be as long as my normal videos, and certainly not as structured, not that they're very structured to begin with. So I thought that I would just kind of pick something random each day that I am stuck at home to just do a little video on. I don't know how long these will all be, but just something a little, maybe a little less structured, a little less themed, a little less formal than the normal videos. And I thought today I would start out with this. This is Lego Set 75267, the Mandalorian Battle Pack. It's 102 pieces. This isn't going to take very long. So this really isn't something I can, I'm going to do as a speed-up video like I did all my other videos. I got this for Valentine's Day. I just haven't put it together yet. At the same time, I got the Mandalorian ATST Raider. Let's see if I can get you a shot of that. It's actually off on a different shelf over in the void space. And focus. And yep, see, I actually have recorded a video for this. Just haven't done anything with it yet because I know I've done a lot of Lego. And I know those don't get a lot of views because, I suppose it's a certain type of person that wants to watch somebody build a Lego kit. But that's what we'll do today. And, you can watch it. If you don't, then that's fine too. This is for me as much as it is for you. So let's just think about it. There's not much in here. My understanding of these kits, these little battle pack kind of kits, is because they're not allowed to just sell packs of minifigures, which is of course what people want. They have to sell them with vehicles. So I have these two little vehicles that I don't really care about to put together. Because, if they've not done like a Star Wars minifigure set or anything yet, or even a Marvel one. They've done DC, but of course that's not owned by Disney. But they've done actual Disney ones, so I don't know why Disney lets that be done with their primary characters, but not the ones that they've acquired in the last, decade. And I thought, while I do these, we can talk about stuff, just things. I thought today I'd talk about YouTube. Because, if you're trapped at home, realistically, if you're watching this, you've probably already exhausted all of your other YouTube options. And so I thought I'd give you some new ones just in case you were looking for something else to watch. And I talk about the YouTubers that I like. I don't know where to start, though. I'd say start at the beginning, but I don't really know the beginning. The thing with YouTube, at least for me, I don't know about for you, is that I tend to kind of find people through other people. Like one YouTuber I really like, and if you've ever seen him, you'll see this definite inspiration on my own channel based on him, which is to say, I essentially just kind of stole his format. And that is Stuart Ashen, who has the channel Ashens, where he opens and reviews like crappy toys, and he's a little more hardcore than I am. He eats like really massively outdated foods, and I don't mean sits there and eats the whole thing. He does put them in his mouth and tries them, and then generally spits them out and washes his mouth out with vodka. But I enjoy him. He's very. He's a much better version of this channel, basically. And through him, I found a couple other YouTubers. There's the Digitizer channel, which is hosted by Mr. Biffo. There was Bartians for a while. And that's actually how I found a lot of these other ones, is that he did this other thing with Barry Lewis and Eli Silverman and Paul Gannon, and because I think they do a thing called The Cheap Show. And then Barry Lewis does a thing. Originally it was called My Virgin Kitchen, but he's since changed that. And it's just Barry Lewis now. And he's a cooking show, a cooking channel. Him and his family, and they try cooking different things, not always super successfully. He's not like what you'd call necessarily a professional chef. I mean, I don't want to sound like I'm mocking him, because, I mean, who knows? Maybe he'd actually somehow, for some reason, someday actually watch this, but I can't imagine why. We actually just got, he puts out his merchandise now. He has, like, cooking gadgets. And we ordered one. Let me go get that. Hold on. Let me put this together, finish the guns, and I'll go grab that and show it to you. And while I'm working towards that, video games. Obviously, I like video games. Well, maybe not obvious. Well, I suppose the background makes it a little obvious. I like video games, so I watch, of course, the Angry Video Game Nerd. He's got probably hundreds of hours of content on there. If you are bored and like to watch a foul-mouthed nerd play generally bad old video games, I've been watching more of their other Cinemassacre stuff recently, the video reviews and things where he's not in character. And he seems like a pretty nice guy. Whoa, lost your head. And I'm never sure how the algorithm works. I mean, some things I can trace. Like, I know I watch Barry Lewis because of Ashens. I watch a channel called LGR. I mean, you've probably heard of him. Lazy Game Reviews. He used to do a lot of reviews of old video games. Now it does a lot more tech stuff than games specifically. And through him, I found Pushing Up Roses, who is a very interesting woman. She occasionally does video game stuff, but she's media focused. She does video games. She has a really good series called That Time on Murder, She Wrote. And actually, because of her, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll have seen last week that I posted, we picked up a full set of Murder, She Wrote during the Half Price Books coupon sale. And yeah, that's why. It's because actually we had just seen her newest That Time on Murder, She Wrote video. And we saw it sitting there in the case and, marked $80. We had a coupon for 40% off. $48 for 12 seasons of a show is not bad. And it wasn't even open. It was sealed. I mean, the plastic wrap had a tear in it. But whoever got this clearly as a gift, I guess, didn't want it because they never opened it. And they, or I guess maybe their survivor, sold it off to Half Price Books. And now we own it. And we're like about halfway through the first season. And, you don't want to have Jessica Fletcher around. She's one of those characters that just, she's an excrement magnet. People around her tend to die. Don't invite her to the house party if you want your guests to live. All right, so I think that's... Oh, there's capes. There's capes. I got them all balanced and I forgot to put their capes on any of them. All right, let's see. Light blue gets the black cape. Who else do I watch regularly? So I guess through watching like Barry Lewis, we've gotten... Before Barry Lewis, actually, was Binging with Babish. That's a big cooking channel now. We watch him. And I think I found him originally, like IO9 or Boing Boing, one of them was like, these don't want to stay in. Have I got it backward? No, this is the way it's supposed to go. This is the way. Back when right before he blew up, IO9 or Boring Bong, I don't remember which, was like occasionally like posting his videos, and I don't remember, or not posting, but linking to. I don't remember if I found him originally through, it was either like the Adventure Time special or the Always Sunny in Philadelphia special. And we got hooked on him. We've got a couple of his cookbooks actually. I suppose I could try to find those too. But through, I think because we started watching like him, and I think probably watching Barry Lewis first, YouTube started suggesting how to cook that with which is Anne Reardon's channel. She is an Australian chef. Her husband's an author. She does good videos. She has some nice ones showing those, you know, revealing that some of those food hack videos are complete garbage, and those are interesting. But also she makes some like really amazing cakes, and she'll show you how to make sugar bowls and stuff. And it's a good channel if you like cooking. If you like watching other people cook, let's face it, most of us watch these food channels and never make these things ourselves. Alright, I think that's our Mandalorians themselves done. Who else do I watch regularly? Let's see, we watch... See, you know, I watch these things all the time and then I forget. I personally watch Jim Sterling. And he's usually interesting. I've been kind of following him for not him particularly, but I've been aware of him for a long time since I think he was on a website called Destructoid. And he used to be on a podcast called I think Podtoid, and he would also occasionally be on The Weekly Geek, which is a podcast I really liked. And maybe I'll talk about podcasts another day, maybe tomorrow. I don't know what I'll do tomorrow. So let me go grab that Barry Lewis thing we just got. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. So yeah, here are our Barry Lewis silicone baking mats, Silpats. He's an interesting guy. He cooks with his family. Not what you'd call necessarily a professional chef. He has other like cooking items too, like a vegetable chopper and a turning cake plate. And I guess he's got like I think a Kickstarter or something going on for some new gadgets. I know he has like a garlic press, kind of like the one we got in that Taste of Home crate a couple months back in January. Only his, I think, is all metal. But yeah, he's a fun show to watch. Not what you call a professional chef, but a fun show. And then the other cooking show I actually do have stuff I went and grabbed is our Binging with Babish cookbook. This is the second one. We have the first one too. It's just not easily accessible right now. I think it was called Eat What You Watch, and it featured a lot of his early movie and TV show related recipes. But yeah, if you watch the Chef Show on Netflix, he's actually been on there I think a couple times. There was an episode of his show that was actually filmed for Chef Show. So you kind of see the same thing from two different angles. The more professional. That's not a nice way of putting it, is it? The more produced version of it from the Chef Show, and then the one done in Andrew Rhea's, torso down style. I think Favreau was on the show also. I think was it for Volcano Cakes, or was that the Chef Show one? I think Andrew has been on his show as well. John Favreau has been on Babish, I think, before Chef Show as well. I don't know. One thing actually I just ordered, and I don't know when it'll come in, is from Dan Bell. Dan Bell, I think we discovered from... So for like a minute, I was researching stuff about Aokigahara, the Japanese Sea of Trees. Let's widen down a little bit here. And one of the things I had found in that, I believe, was a video by Exploring with Josh, who is an urbex, or urban explorer. And after watching a few of his videos, Dan Bell videos started to pop up. I think because they've actually done some stuff together as well. Some like Dead Mall explorations, and that's where I discovered, really, I think Dan Bell is through his Dead Mall series, which is interesting. He goes to dead and dying malls, and some of the older ones in particular are ones that are actually already closed, and that's where he did the stuff like Exploring with Josh, was in a mall that actually had already been basically abandoned. But Dan Bell, aside from Dead Mall series, has the Dead Hotel series, and really fun is a show called Another Dirty Room, and that's where actually I bought merchandise from. He has like those old-timey hotel key tags, ones that say, if found, drop in mailbox, postage will be guaranteed. They're those, but they have the Another Dirty Room logo on them, and that's a really fun, if really foul-mouthed show. And occasionally he's been doing a lot of live stuff, largely on Instagram, but he still does some. He was up until the quarantine, doing some live Another Dirty Rooms with Rick Serra, who's another interesting person who has a YouTube channel now. And in the second and third seasons of ADR, Brennan Evangelista, who I guess has a YouTube channel as well, but I've never checked it out, and I probably should. I have time now, right? But Dan Bell is very interesting. I enjoy watching him. I enjoy when I catch one of his little live feeds, like on Instagram. Because honestly, there's just something compelling about him. I literally will watch him go to Walmart at 4 a.m. and be entertained. Who else? I think I'm almost done here, but who else can I talk about? I've got to fill time. I'm sure this is boring enough to watch without just being dead silence. So I think we've just recently got into a channel called Cyman Dan. It's predominantly kind of just not making fun of exactly, but challenging flat earthers is a lot of it. He has Flat Earth Fridays, and then he has Tinfoil Tuesdays, where he will go into things from that are not just flat Earth, like people who think there's reptile aliens amongst us kind of stuff. And I'm thinking YouTube probably put me onto that because of Captain Disillusion, and I don't remember exactly how I got into him. I think it was a video he did with somebody else. Captain Disillusion, he's been around like forever. You can actually like visibly see him age in his videos. He doesn't do that many, but what he does is quality, and there's a lot of them out there. So if you're looking for something to binge, that's a good thing to look at. He debunks viral videos, and is has this kind of interesting, pompous superhero kind of persona. And he does his show from like what's supposed to be the corner of a basement. I think it's supposed to be his parents' basement. I'm not seeing the videos, but he's a lot of fun to watch too. One I've gotten into recently, and again, it's another one. These guys have all been around for ages. I've been around for less than a year, and they've all been around for like a decade. Is Chad Tronic, and I'm guessing it was suggested to me because of watching things like Ashens, because Chad Tronic's kind of got that similar, opening and reviewing items thing. Again, still much better at it than I am, but he's the kind of person that if I met him in reality, I would think, ooh, he's a bit much. He's very not, let's say enthusiastic, very enthusiastic. And to me, at least, he sounds like Master Shake from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Very much like Master Shake. And I guess that could be a plus or a minus depending on what you think about Master Shake. But he's got like tons of videos. He does product review videos. He does a lot of reaction videos, which is not normally a thing I at least was watching. I suppose, I mean, Simon Dan is essentially a reaction video as well, so I suppose I am watching more of them now. Oh, this goes this way? Yeah, it's in the picture, isn't it? So I guess reaction videos are a thing I watch now. I suppose, in a way, Angry Video Game Nerd's a reaction video, isn't it? I mean, he reacts to his own video games that he plays. He's not, like, reacting to other people's content, but I suppose, technically, it kind of is. And what else? What else? We're almost done here. I just gotta fill a little bit more time. Oops. There's, I don't know. I'm trying to think who else I watch now. Oh, Nerd Cubed. He's another one who, again, I met in reality. I'd go, oh, he's a bit much. I am not. That's not a slam on them. That's me. I am not super excitable. I think maybe. And these guys, and that's probably why their channels have, 1 million viewers, and mine has like nearing on 50. Which, hey, thank you for subscribing, all of you. I am in no way discounting any of you. But in NerdCubed, I know I discovered him through Ashens, because him and Stuart Ashen do advent calendars. Yes, that's right. It's another thing I basically stole from Ashens. Although, I wanted to do something anyways, and that seemed like a fun thing to do. It seemed like a fun excuse to buy advent calendars. But yeah, they do advent calendars every year, only they kind of like do them to torture each other instead of actually hoping to get good stuff. I was legitimately hoping to get good stuff. Even the hot sauce I was hoping would be better than it ultimately was. It wasn't awful, but I will say I haven't been using those sauces. They're sitting there in the fridge. It's like, I have my Cholula and my Tapatio, and it's like, then I have these vinegary things that, I'll use them occasionally, but not as much as I would have hoped I would have gotten out of that. I love these little supposed to be random pile of rocks kind of things. Also, whenever you get a set that comes with these little Mandalorian, like, scope things, they always come with these pieces. And these pieces, I have never had a set that actually does anything with these pieces. They always have their own little separate bag. And it's like those Batman symbols from the Batmobile. There's never anything to do with them. I must have like 30 of these little pieces from like over the years of buying like Slave One and things like that. And I think we're about wrapping up here, so I will begin the outro spiel. I hope you check out some or all of those YouTubers if you're not already familiar with them. They're all quite good. You have to be into those things, I suppose. But they're all quite good. I do heartily recommend all of them. And I will... Today's Friday. I don't know if I'll be back tomorrow or not. I might just do these on weekdays. I really don't know. But as long as I'm still released from work, I think I'll keep trying to keep doing these. As long as I'm healthy as well, of course. If I come down positive, I'm going to probably not feel up to doing this. But as long as I'm healthy, and whether you want to watch or not, let's face it. Like I said, this is for me as much as it's for anybody else. But as long as I'm healthy, I will probably continue to do these. And so, with that, we'll go through the closing. Make sure that you cough into your elbow. Wash your hands well and frequently. And make sure to practice good, safe social distancing and try to stay away from other people, like shopping and stuff, unless you absolutely have to. I don't have a lot of subscribers, and I frankly can't afford to lose any of you. So, with that, please remember to stay healthy and I will see you in the next video.